Hello again, my dear humans. It's me, your fluffy friend, the Cuddle Monster, reporting back after a rather sandy adventure with Kai. We found ourselves in the desert of doubt, where the sun is hot, the mirages are sparkly, and the only thing heavier than the heat is the weight of your own self-questioning. Now, here's the thing. No tree ever wonders if it deserves the sunlight. No bird doubts if it's allowed to sing. Yet humans? You've turned doubting yourselves into a professional sport. And trust me, it's exhausting just watching you at it. You have amazing dreams for your own futures, the wonderful things you will achieve. But then doubt comes in, and you treat doubt like a stop sign, when it's really just a speed bump. It slows you down for a moment, rattles your thoughts, maybe even makes your heart wobble. But it doesn't mean stop. Do not pass. Humans are funny creatures. You can be brilliant, kind, full of ideas, and still doubt yourselves at every turn. Doubt becomes the voice that says, not yet, not good enough, maybe tomorrow. But here's the thing, doubt isn't a stop sign. It's just a visitor. And like all visitors, if you stop offering it tea and biscuits, eventually it leaves. No bird pauses mid-sky to wonder if it's flying correctly. Only humans get stuck asking, am I enough? So today's questions are, why are humans the only species that doubts itself? And how do you stop confusing draft mode with failure? Let's find some of the answer in our science and fluff section. First, we look at self-doubt and rumination. We already addressed rumination in our previous shows, basically replaying the same doubts and worries without resolution. And here's the kicker, self-doubt feeds it. The more you doubt, the more you chew on the same thoughts. And the more those thoughts create fresh doubt. It's a self-feeding loop that research links to anxiety and depression. It's like giving your inner critic a megaphone and then pretending you don't know where the noise is coming from. Self-doubt looks like watering weeds and then complaining there are no roses. And then we have the feeling of impostor syndrome. Imposter feeling is a biggie. Even the most successful humans doubt themselves. It convinces you that your achievements are just luck, timing, or someone else's mistake, even when all the evidence says you earned it. Research shows it affects up to 70% of people at some point. That means most of you are walking around secretly convinced you're not the real deal. From the Cuddleverse, it looks like you're carrying medals in your backpack, but telling everyone it's just spare change. You could win Olympic gold and still mutter, maybe the stopwatch was broken. Meanwhile, hamsters, they just run, they snack, they nap. Zero fraud concerns. Simple system. And almost worst is the feeling of perfectionism and how it affects mental health. Perfectionism isn't just about neat handwriting or color-coded spreadsheets, although neat handwriting is adorable. It's something different, and research shows it's been rising across generations. And it's not harmless, it's strongly linked to anxiety, burnout, depression, and even suicidal thoughts. The constant need to meet impossibly high standards keeps humans running in circles, never feeling enough. Chasing perfection is like running after a mirage in the desert. The closer you think you are, the further it slips away. It's thirsty work for no water. Out in the desert of doubt, I witnessed Kai staring at his perfect mirage self. Flawless, confident, glowing. But the Kai was made of sand and code, not heart. The truth? Life isn't a polished crystal city. It's a wobbly dance, full of missed steps and silly spins. And that's exactly what makes it real. And trust me, I know, no matter how many times I insist to my animator, my fluff never comes out perfectly symmetrical. And honestly, I think the lopsided bits are my best feature. In this situation, self-compassion is a great antidote. If self-doubt and perfectionism are heavy baggage, then self-compassion is the luggage trolley that helps you carry it differently. Research shows that practicing self-kindness reduces shame, builds resilience, and actually helps people grow. Not by pushing harder, but by softening the pressure. Your inner critic usually screams in capital letters, "Not enough, too slow, do better." But self-compassion whispers, "Shh, I still love you anyway. You're trying, and that counts." It's like giving yourself a hug from the inside out. And as we already know, hugs are the best thing ever. Think of it this way. If shouting at flowers made them bloom faster, I'd be yelling in every meadow. But it doesn't. They grow best with warmth, patience, and sunshine. Same with humans. You don't blossom under harshness, you blossom under kindness. And this antidote also reinforces self-worth and motivation. It might sound backwards, but research shows it clearly. Self-compassion doesn't make you lazy, it makes you braver. Another study in 2012 found that people are actually more motivated to improve when they stop bullying themselves. When you believe you're worthy as you are, you're more willing to take risks, learn, and grow. Think of it like cosmic coaching. Real growth doesn't come from whipping yourself forward like a grumpy horse trainer. It comes from wobbling, falling, laughing, and trying again, like dancing in socks on a slippery floor. Every step might not look graceful, but that's the point. Progress looks less like a perfect march and more like a toddler trying to boogie. Wobbly, adorable, and unstoppable. In our adventure in the desert of doubt, Kai and I met a nomad stuck. Now knowing which direction to take, his compass spun round and round. Every step he took just pointed back to his own uncertainty. And oh boy, I know that feeling. I told him, "Your compass isn't broken. It's just reflecting you." We walked past mirages, shimmering versions of Kai that looked cooler, richer, more famous, beautiful on the outside, empty on the inside. It reminded me of the swipe and scroll worlds you humans have built. Social media platforms where you see polished snapshots of other people's lives and start thinking you're falling behind. But those snapshots, they're mirages too. You don't see the doubts, the tears, the late night snacks in pajamas. You just compare your messy behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel. And comparison, well, as one of your wise humans once said, it's the thief of joy. Because every time you measure yourself against a mirage, you feed your own doubt. It's like staring at the rear view mirror and wondering why you keep missing the scenery ahead. And at the end, when you stop chasing the mirage and remember you're already enough, a whole new horizon opens. Joy flows easier. Yes, my fluffy friend, messy is magic, wobbly is real, and done is always better than never started. Self-compassion requires practice, so here are 3 little experiments for you. Number 1, start draft mode permission. Next time you write, create, or plan, allow it to be draft 1, not perfect, just alive. Remember, everything, even stars, began as drafts. Number 2, take a self-compassion break. When doubt screams not enough, pause and put a hand on your chest. Whisper, it's okay to be learning. I am already enough. Number 3, take one imperfect action. Pick something you've been overthinking and just start. Send the email, sketch the doodle, say the honest sentence. Begin before you feel ready. My dear humans, here's the secret. Doubt is not a malfunction. It's just a draft. The desert will always whisper, someday. Now, not yet. Not enough. But you don't have to stay there. You can walk anyway. Even imperfect steps leave glowing footprints. And remember, the world needs more imperfect love than perfect silence. Cosmic cuddles to you all.